Hey everybody, hope you're doing well. I want you to take a look at this and I'm going to do a quick video on kind of a shocking matter. Ladies, sometimes a dangerous man can be boyfriend, relative, husband, and unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, it could be your dad. So take a look at this. This guy says things my abusive father told me. You're just like your mother, useless. Do I look like I have blanking time to deal with you? You're beneath me. Marriage will ruin you like it ruined me. I will desecrate you. You get those blanks for brains from your mother. You're not going to win the Father of the Year award, not this guy. So, here's what happened. I had noticed someone, I'm like, hey, someone had mentioned that there was an issue between her and her dad. And I'm like, well, they seem pretty cool, from what I've seen, interactions, they seem pretty cool, have a good relationship. Like, nah, they haven't spoken in like, wow, probably months. And I recall asking him, hey, how's your daughter? I haven't seen her in a while, yada, yada, yada. He's like, oh, yeah, I think she's doing okay. And I'm like, yeah, and talk to her? Oh, it's been a minute. It's been a minute. Oh, okay, people get busy with their lives and um, they live kind of far apart. So, anyway, I noticed I did when I spoke with her, like, hey, everything going okay, with your dad? And she was when I mentioned her father, she was very, like, kind of quiet, um, didn't say too much. And I was like, okay. And I said, well, maybe something went wrong. Yeah, something really, really went wrong. This is like the worst thing. I just cannot imagine. And so, pretty much, from what I can see, she's pretty much just cut off her communication with him. So, I'm like, well, what happened? I know we can say some kind of crazy things sometimes, but he can be a little insensitive. So what I'm thinking, maybe he said something to kind of piss her off a little bit. I don't know. I thought about that. But obviously he did say something. I think he said the most horrible thing that a father can say to a daughter. So she really wouldn't say it. I'm like, well, girl, what's the big deal? I'm like, he can say some silly stuff. He can be a little insensitive at times. I totally get it. All right. So then she was like, yeah, she just didn't really want to talk about it. And we talk about, hey, everything else but that. No problem. I totally get it. I totally understand. So just went on. And I just noticed that, hey, she like totally cut him off. Okay. I mean, she like totally cut him off, not speaking anymore. So now we're fast forwarding a few months later, and there was a gathering. And so a few people after the gathering, people leave, kind of, filter on out, and some was still there, and I was still there. And so here's what happened. His daughter, she has her career, and she had called him about an issue on her job, and she's a pretty girl, so very attractive. And so the man that's over her career, I guess an executive in the company, he had tried to make the moves on her and try to come on to her. I hope they're not any little angels in the room. And she was bothered by it. She talked to her father about it. Again, get the babies out the room. He asked her, and it wasn't in reference to a promotion. He asked her, how much is that job paying? And she told him a ballpark figure. He said to his daughter, then you need to drop and SUC, the rest. Start, KING. Dusty Dan, a sick man. Sick. He said that, and the room went quiet for the few that were still there. I'm looking right at him in his face. He said, "Well, if I were a woman, I sure would do it. They're paying that kind of money. I sure would do it if I were a woman." I said, "You told your daughter that?" He's like, "Yeah." I didn't say anything else. I just looked at him so disgusting. The room went quiet. Dusty Dan, a so-called sick professional man. And then I guess he could sense like nobody's laughing. This is serious. This is sick. Then he started what some people call fast talking. You know what I mean? Change the subject. And hey, you know what? Hey, I heard that so is going to go here, yada yada yada, and keep on going because you already realized you've really messed up. And he just kept on talking and just kept on talking about something. Room still quiet. I was I was done at that point. You gotta be kidding me. You mean to tell me he told his daughter for what that job was paying, she needs to drop and do that? So that's why Becky stopped talking to him, cut off all communication. And I think she did the right thing. What kind of father? This is a father. So basically, you pimp your daughter out? It speaks volumes. Again, she did the right. Just walk away. Just walk away. Sometimes the most dangerous people can be the ones in your life, the ones who are supposed to protect you. It could be parents. What kind of man would? And that's when I understood. It also confirms the point that men can get married, marry women, have children, and still hate women. Yeah, they're doing that because that's the norm in the culture to get married and to raise a family. They can do that and still hate women. How? You can tell by the treatment. See, when women are not respected or protected, that's how you know they still hate women. I was just shocked. Oh my God. That's how you know men can marry a woman, have kids, they can have daughters and sons, and still the hatred for women is there. Who would say such a thing? Sometimes the worst people that can hurt you are the ones that's supposed to love you. Dusty Dan is a sick man. I don't care how he looks. Oh, nice and he's a sick man. And so when he said that, that's when I put two and two together. That's why she's not speaking to him. Oh, that explains what the other person told me. When you have toxic parent like that, it's just best to just to walk away. And she's talking to you when she mentioned it, obviously she's bothered by it. And that's what you tell your daughter. Sometimes the most dangerous ones, I mean, the hatred for women is really real. You cannot assume, oh, that man has a family. He doesn't hate women. We don't know that. Actions speak louder than words, and sometimes the words themselves are very telling. Who would say that to their daughter? There's danger all around you, and sometimes we don't even know it. So this confirms my belief. There is a lot of hatred toward women. Women will hate on other women, hate on their daughters being jealous, their co-workers, the so-called friends. Men hate on the women. And when women are disrespected in this manner, when they're not protected, that tells you all you need to know. Tells you all you need to know. The hatred for women is very real. And when you have toxic people like that, I don't care if it's friends or family. Oh, it's so and so. Sometimes it's just best to walk away. Just walk away. Sometimes it's best to simply walk away. That's it. Don't keep that toxic relationship into your life. It's going to just bring you down. It's going to be draining. And it's just going to hurt you. It adds no value. So forget about the title. It could be your mom, your dad, your grandma, your so-called best friend. Walk away from toxic relationships, because when you need them to be there to lend an ear for sympathy, they're not going to be there for you. All they're going to do is hurt you and beat you down further. So that's why she walked away. Again, what kind of father would say that to a daughter? If someone had told me that, I was like, no, there's no way. But I heard him say it. I was standing right there in front of him. Ladies, be aware. There's danger out there. And it's sad. It can be your boyfriend, a relative, parent. In this case, it was her dad. Let me know what you all think about this. Just deplorable, just mind blowing, just gut wrenching, sick. Feel free to comment, like, subscribe, and share. And I'm out.